Today I'm going to show you how you can make money with Bitcoin. Okay, so making money with Bitcoin can be as complicated or as simple as you make it. You could go and buy a lot of money's worth of Bitcoins and wait for the price to go up and then sell it off. Or, in this case, you could buy Bitcoin at a price and sell it for a higher price. So it's really just a basic formula in business: buy low, sell high, and I'm going to show you how you can do this on this website. Okay, so here is the homepage of local Bitcoins. Now you can see here it says I want to buy Bitcoins and I want to sell Bitcoins. First I'm going to click on I want to buy Bitcoins. Okay, so to do this effectively you're going to need a capital. You're probably going to need around 300 to 400 pounds. However, you can make it work with 100, 200. You're just not going to see the profits as quickly as you would doing it in a bigger amount. Okay, so the key to this is going to be buying it with bank transfer and selling it at PayPal. Now when you're selling Bitcoin for PayPal, you can sell at a higher rate, at a premium, because PayPal has some rules and restrictions on what you can and can't do. So therefore you can make your profit margin bigger by using PayPal. So the way you would buy it is by coming to this website and you want to type in an amount. I'm going to type in 400, not 4,000. And you want to buy it for national bank transfer. Everyone's got online banking nowadays, so a bank transfer is going to be great, and it's the easiest way to buy it. And then we click search. Now as you can see here, these are all the people that are selling Bitcoins for a national bank transfer. I'm in the UK, so it's going to be in Great British Pounds. It could be in dollars. And this guy here at the top, JDR Bitcoins, is the cheapest, and his price is £322.65 per Bitcoin. So that's one Bitcoin. So if I was to buy one Bitcoin, I would buy it for £322.65p. So I'm just going to say £322 for the video. And then for PayPal you could sell it for 365. So if we just do 365 minus 322, I think it was, equals a nice profit of £43 per Bitcoin you buy. Now if you list this as the lowest price, you're going to have loads and loads of people buying Bitcoins every hour, and you're probably going to sell out of Bitcoins really quickly. Everyone wants Bitcoin for PayPal, and if you're the lowest price, obviously you're going to sell out. Okay, so if you're intrigued and you want to go and look yourself, links in the description and you can go and see. But if you want a tutorial on how you can actually make a listing, then carry on watching, as I'm going to explain that now. So I'm just going to log into my account. You'll click sign up and it's fairly easy to sign up. Okay, so I just registered a new account because I don't want any of my personal details showing. But here is the new account, and the way you will post a trade is by going to the homepage and clicking post a trade. And in my case it's asking me to verify a link from my email address, and that was that now, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we're in successfully, and here is our Bitcoin trade advertisement. Now this is kind of self-explanatory, but there are a couple of things that you may not be sure about. Obviously you want to sell your Bitcoins online, and you can enter a location. In this case I will put United Kingdom as it's best for me. And payment method, obviously you need to make sure that this is PayPal so we can get the high profit margins. Now it says the risk level when selling Bitcoins online with PayPal is high, and that's simply because of chargebacks and some other reasons. But I'm going to show you how you can avoid chargebacks, not completely but for the most part. Okay, so here is the margin, and this is basically going to be your profit margin. Now as you know, Bitcoin fluctuates up and down all the time, so we're going to have a percentage on how much profit we're going to make here. So the current market price is 318. We're buying it for 322, I think it was, and we're selling it for 360 or something around that. So if I put a margin of 5%, for example, it's going to go to 334. Now if we're selling it for 360, I'm going to put a margin of around 10 or maybe 12. 15% margin gives us a trade price at 366. I'm going to take it down to about a 14% margin, and there we're going to be undercutting the lowest seller, and you can keep it at that. Now this may change by the time you're watching this video. Just use the right margin to make a profit basically. Okay, so here is the minimum transaction limit. To cater to all people, you could put 0, but then you could be messing around doing like £2 deals, £3 deals, and you've got to decide what your time is worth. So to attract more people, you could put 0, but I would put £5 if I was you. And then the max transaction limit, obviously you don't want this to be like 1,000, because if you're using PayPal, it could be a high risk doing a 1,000 deal with someone because of PayPal limitations and chargebacks and all that. So I would leave this around 300 max, or instead of having a wide spectrum from 5 to 300, you can restrict the amounts to say 5, 10, 50, 100, and they are the only amounts they could buy. Now, opening hours, you want to put when you're available on your PC. Obviously, put it when you're available. I can't really explain that, so we're going to move on. Now, terms of trade. Now, here are the terms of your trade, and this is really important that you have this right. So if we go and look at someone else's terms of trade real quick, and we go to PayPal and search this guy at the cheapest here, we're just going to look at his terms. So I've clicked on his listing, and here are his terms, and it basically says that you have to have ID with name. He doesn't allow business accounts, I'm not sure why that is, and you have to pay with balance, and he also warns scammers that it will be reported. There's one example. You could reword most of this, it just depends what you want to be working with here, but basically in the terms you want to make it look all nice, but you need to put you only want to trade with verified people. You need to be getting the money from the PayPal balance. That you can't charge back. Any attempt to charge back will be reported. And then you might want to give them instructions on what they have to do, but we'll get to that later because you will actually be in a chat with them. Okay, so here you would write your payment details, and that's basically your PayPal email. Now you want to leave this at 0 really if you're using PayPal. It's basically the minimum volume someone has to have in Bitcoin to buy off you. But if someone's new and they want to buy, then obviously not going to have no Bitcoin, so you might be losing a lot of buyers. Now here's the minimum score feedback. It's set to 90, which is really odd. I would go ahead and set it to like 97, 98, because you want the people that are trusted, that are verified, but sometimes even the most trusted people have bad experiences. So just leave it around 97, 98, and you will cater to pretty much everyone that's trusted. This is going to be important here. If they're a new buyer and they have no trading history, this is where it could get sketchy with chargebacks. So here you can set a limit on how much you want them to buy. So this is going to be the limit they can buy per day. Okay, so the lower this is, the less obviously a new buyer would be able to buy. The transaction volume coefficient is going to be, for example, say you have someone that's brought, it says here 2 Bitcoin. If you have this set to 1.5, then they can make a new bid at 3 Bitcoin, because 2 times 1.5 is 3 Bitcoin. I would just leave this as it is. It just basically means that if someone's brought, then they can buy so much more off you the next time. You can display a reference that they have to put in the notes when they send you the payment. I just keep that ticked because it's extra proof if someone decides they want to charge back. Reference type, obviously you decide. I would go with short. This I wouldn't mess around with if I was you. I've never really used this. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this. Personally, I haven't used it. And for the security options, as I said, PayPal is high risk, so maybe you want to tick this. I would tick this. Real name required, I would definitely have this ticked. And definitely SMS verification, because who's got a phone number? Everyone. You would want them to be verified on here. I would leave this unticked though, trusted people only. Just because they don't have a star doesn't mean they're not trusted. And that is basically all you have to know to post a trade. Whenever you get a trade offer, you're going to get a notification, and then you're going to give the buyer instructions on how they can send it to you. Once they send the money, the bitcoins are going to go into escrow, which is basically local bitcoins holding them. And then once you tick that you have the money successfully, local bitcoins will send the bitcoin to the buyer. So it's really safe and easy. And as long as you don't trade with people with really low feedback, you can make some money here. It's really not hard. You just buy your bitcoins for a bank transfer and sell them for PayPal. Okay, so I hope this is helpful, and I hope if you are thinking about trading Bitcoin, then this video can go and push you to trade your first lot of Bitcoin. As I said, you obviously don't need £400 to do this. You could go ahead and buy 0.5 Bitcoin, but obviously you're not going to make as much money as fast. You can weigh up the pros and cons of how much you want to spend. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please like if this helped and share. The link to local Bitcoins is in the description, and I hope you subscribe for more tutorials.